What do you do in the evening when you don't know what to do? Read a book, play a game, every night is just the same. What do you say if I tell you how to keep from feeling blue? My advice is good to take and it's easier to do. When you're all alone, any old night, and you're feeling out of tune, pick up your hat, close up your flat, and get out and get under the moon. Underneath the bright, silvery light, you'll be feeling better soon. Pick up your hat, close up your flat, and get out and get under the moon. Look, look, look at the stars above. Look, look, look at those sweeties love. Oh boy, give me a night in June. I mean it, all you got to do any old night when you're feeling out of tune. Pick up your hat, close up your flat, and get out and get under the moon. When you make a date any old night, gonna meet your sweetie soon. Pick up your hat, close up your flat, and get out and get under the moon. Underneath the bright, silvery light, that's the only place to spoon. Pick up your hat, close up your flat, and get out and get under the moon. Walk, walk, kissing and walk again, talk, talk, kissing and talk again, oh joy, sweethearts are all in tune. I mean it, when it's raining out, stay in a room, but on a lovely night in June, here's what to do, sweetie, and you just get out and get under the moon. If you're with a girl and she is cold, says she doesn't want her spoon, don't you feel blue? Here's what you do, just get out and get under the moon. If you feel a kiss and she gets sore, she'll forget it mighty soon. Don't stop to fret, she'll learn to pet when you get her under the moon. Indoors, there's not a thing to do. In-laws walk in and out on you. Oh boy, sister and brother too. I've tried it, just take my advice. If she is nice, nice as any night in June, just take her hand, she'll understand, and get out and get under the moon.
Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, madam and mademoiselles, welcome to an exciting edition of Haunters Anonymous, as always, and who will have all the news. Mr. Clickety Clacks is right there.
Hey, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. How is everybody doing tonight? Tonight is going to be a definite show not to miss. Keith dead in Berlina. I'm reading like having to squint. How's everybody doing?
Hey, Berlina. Hopefully YouTube decided to fix itself and it doesn't decide to put anyone in timeout again.
Yes, no more timeout for people. Sorry, I got a text. I will be right with y'all in just a minute.
It's the beginning of the show. It always happens. I didn't like timeout. Yeah, I bet. No, it still baffles me as to what happened with that. There was no moderation log whatsoever for anyone that was timed out.
Watch, it'll happen again tonight.
Yeah. But around 9:30 Eastern time, we're gonna go ahead and make the Home Haunter Con website live. It's functional and it's pleasant to look at, but there'll be tweaks and a bunch of other graphics and stuff added as time goes on. But right now, the main focus was to get all the stuff functional and make sure that all the things that we wanted to do worked the way they're supposed to work. And that took some time, let me tell you. The last few days have been an absolute grind.
I've gotten all my talking in with James before he goes on his vacation.
Yeah. And speaking of which, there is no show next week or the following week because we will be, well, I'll be on vacation.
Yeah. We'll reiterate that a few times during the show. Now I may do like I've done before and just hop on Discord. So if anybody wanted to just come on and chit chat with me on Discord, you can. But yeah, instead of me trying to do a solo show and it all cracks out and everybody's laughing at me and whatever, we'll just take a two show break. But I probably will, and I'll let everybody know ahead of time. I'll be in Discord. I'll come in Discord maybe about the same, about our normal time, and we can all hang out if y'all have questions and stuff. So we won't be radio silent 100%.
You know what? I'm actually going to post the Discord in the YouTube and Facebook chats as well, because there's a bunch of people here that maybe weren't here when we did the launch of the Discord. So I want to make sure everybody has a chance to
and I'll
get on that.
I'll post it, give everybody plenty of time. Hell, I may even do it as an event page or something. I don't know. Relina would like to know, what is vacation? Been so long I have forgot.
Yeah. All right. So anybody that's on YouTube, here comes your Discord link if you are not already a part of it. And coming at you on Facebook as well.
There you go. It's all up on the face tubes.
Again, it's just a place where you guys can share stuff that's not on Facebook all the time. And it's actually where we do our live show.
Yeah. And of course the Discord is open 24/7. So y'all, it was designed really to be y'all's private place to go and chat with each other and hang out. So feel free to use it literally 24/7. Just hop on there. Hoppity hip hop on there.
Yes, indeed.
Yes, indeedly doodly. What else is going on? So that's yeah. It's been a wild couple of days with James and I, but we're glad with what we've got going so far. And we were only a few days later than the expected, and that was all my fault for the launch. 110% my fault.
Well, I wouldn't necessarily say that. There was a lot of stuff I had to button up, but
I'll throw myself under the bus. That's easy enough.
Don't forget to like the stream on YouTube.
Yeah, like the stream everywhere. Just like it, even if you're somewhere we're not on it. Just like the stream. I'm sure somebody gets a like.
Also, if you have anybody that might be interested in the Home Haunter Con, feel free to share this out so they can be a part of the website launch.
Exactly. Or if you know somebody wants to be part of Haunters Anonymous, because everybody should be. The one live stream that actually our likes are organic.
Well, I can't say the only, because there's a few that are.
Yeah, well, that's true.
There's quite a few that are above board that I like.
That's true. That's true.
There's actually more people that I like than people that I dislike. There's only about 3 that I dislike.
You know, Van Gogh was a real pig. Oh, I forgot.
Really?
Keith is into the random
Man,
factoids.
he's definitely getting some prop maker highs going on over there or something. This prepping for MHC is really getting to him. His randomness is reaching an all-time high.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
Also,
I mean,
I want to tell him right now that I absolutely love those freaking wall sconces. I saw the little post you did with it turned on, and they are fantastic. Those things would be so good in a simple haunt, going like lining a hallway. So many cool uses.
very true.
Hey, Zach. What's up, man?
Hey, Zach. Yeah, Keith's on an all-time high. Apparently he's sniffing sculpting fumes. Sculpty. Yes, James did.
Yeah. I really need to get a less squeaky chair. It's super comfortable and it's gigantic, but boy, does it squeak a lot. Hit it with
My
some
chair-
WD-40 or something.
My chair squeaks, but I don't move enough in it to. Keith is making special edition sconces.
Ooh.
That's another
Are they-
word, spelled out, huh?
Sconces, yeah. It's like, am I spelling scones? Is the phone going to autocorrect the scones? Yes, he does make some badass stuff. Absolutely.
I am not on live chat. Now I'm on live chat. Hey, Sean, what's up?
Hey, Sean.
We're officially launching the Home HaunterCon website tonight. James
Now, I will
flipping the
say
switch.
preemptively, ticket sales for the event are not going to be live yet. They're coming soon. But the vendor form is up there and can be downloaded, and we do have a sponsorship section that is working and secure, so everything is moving along smoothly with it.
Yeah, and any payments are secure. Well, like James said a while ago, the site we'll tweak and jazz the site up as we go along, but it is functional, so
And secure.
and secure and easy to navigate on both desktop and mobile.
Keith's making
That
fools
into-
moose knuckles. That's a hard sentence to say. Hey, 13.
Hey, 13. All right, 13's here.
Appreciate you stopping in to say hello, man.
For the launch of the HHC website. Yay!
Yeah, and the nice thing is because we finally have that all set up and ready to go, I can actually focus on getting Keith's page completely operational.
Yes, and I can focus on Vic's page, getting it operational. Now that like you said, we've gone past the functionality of that one. Making cobras. 13, how's everything going on your end? How's have you come up with your plot and so forth for this year?
And are you doing it this year? Because I
my
spoke to him
God.
last year when we were at his house. He was talking about taking a year off because of the craziness that was last year.
Oh, wow. Well, nothing wrong with that. Take a year off and, go enjoy some other haunts. Sean, well, you know what, James, you answer that question.
No, so there's going to be a hotel section on the site that will be updated as we get information from the hotels. We don't have any locked in yet, but obviously there's a ton of hotels there. We just don't have any blocks currently set up, but we're working on that. It was like we had to immediately get the website functional and operational, and now we can start reaching out to other places.
Yeah. The vendors and sponsors was two of the biggest primary things getting it situated. But you got plenty of time, and that'll all be chugging along in the next couple of months. The next few months, now that the primary this is going, you'll be getting a lot of information about it. So there'll be the fine tuning can now commence.
Yeah. At first, the first process was us getting the event like dates locked in, getting the venue locked in. Both processes took longer than you would expect. And then we had to get the actual build of the website going and get all the stuff done.
And all the wording and everything else, trying to cover our butts and your butts. 13 says, have not thought about this year's build yet.
Oh, really? Already in May, and you're not even planning yet, huh? I think last year you were cranking out wood left and right. I say,
Berlin.
Take some time.
Yeah. Berlina is having issues.
Oh, are you talking about on the Discord? Are you in the main channel? Let me check your role to make sure. Let me add you a role real quick. All right. You're now a home haunter. You should be able to. The only place you cannot comment is in the welcome channel. You have to go to the main channel.
And there you go.
I tagged you as a home haunter, Berlina. If you want to be something different, I can change it. But you're welcome to. I mean, if you would rather have prop maker, I can put prop maker on there. I can put prop maker, home haunter, whatever you. You could have both. It doesn't matter.
Butcher baker, candlestick maker.
I don't have that role set up, but we could.
Shoo, and to let everybody know, Florida is already getting super hot. Super not happy about it.
Hey, Reggie.
Anybody that wanted to know. Hey, Reggie.
13 said, if you can believe this, I'm working on invention right now. Patent pending status. That's awesome, dude.
That is brilliant.
I'm not surprised. You have a very inventive mind. I can see that.
Hopefully it's an invention that will transport candy directly to my lap. from where you were at.
Taking up a lot of time. Yeah, I can believe that for sure. We
Reggie,
are
how
just
you been
outside
doing?
of 11 minutes from the website going live.
From the launch of the
So there's a big rumor the Weekend is getting a haunted house for HHN. What is the Weekend? I mean, I know what the Weekend is, being Saturday, Sunday, and Friday evening, but oh wait, is the Weekend's a person? Didn't we already have this discussion with Mark?
You may have. Y'all start jibba jabbing on the secret squirrel chat, and I'm like, Jesus Christ, I can't keep up.
Yeah. I think he did like that fancy Super Bowl halftime show, I think. And I'm like, I don't know any of his songs. He's
Is that
like,
a
oh,
singer?
If you hear it, yeah, because that's what I asked him. I was like, is the Weekend a person? And he said that he was like a pop singer or something.
Have people just completely run out of ideas to call themselves these days? You know,
Apparently, man.
I mean, The Weeknd. Jesus Christ. I'm not listening to anybody called The Weeknd. I don't give a shit how good or bad their song is.
I didn't know
That's
any
just
of his songs either until Mark sent that thing, and it was like the Super Bowl halftime video where he's like walking through a bunch of glass rooms or something.
okay. If
But what
HHN is now so desperate,
yeah, exactly. What a stupid idea for a house.
you know, I mean,
Some of
what
his
it was
music
last year?
videos
It was
break
Billie
into
Eilish,
horror,
and now it's The Weeknd.
right?
Give me a break.
So there's the tie-in. Is he said some of his music videos break into horror. Hey, Robbie, what's up?
Hey, Robbie. I don't know. I just that's I don't know. Whatever. I mean, it's. I mean, that's laziness. Sorry. On HHN's part, that's just laziness. It's cash cowing, which of course they've been doing for years. Tina Turner should get a hump first. Yeah, no kidding.
Stupid ideas. So many stupid ideas. They've really. I mean, they weren't trying for very long. Like, I mean, the last 10 years or so, they just haven't been trying. And I mean, now it's beyond not trying. They're actively looking for dumb shit to put out there.
Yeah, I will say that if somebody said, "Hey, Mike, at HHN, what's one of the houses you don't think you need to go to?" So, I'm like, The Weeknd, the one that's called The Weeknd.
I mean, if it
That
was a
literally would be.
horror
I'm like,
movie, I could get that. The Weekend could be like a cabin in the woods kind of movie.
yeah, well,
There was one music video where all of a sudden he just has blood coming out of his mouth and he goes insane and everything trips out and then it just goes back to happy music. Is that really Halloween Horror Nights worthy though?
wow, wow. I'm so excited that he had a blood capsule in his mouth and it came out of his mouth on his music video. Oh my God. Oh Jesus. I'll pay $100 to go to The Weeknd's haunted house at HHN.
It's more like
No.
117 or 125 now, I think, but
Oh my God. The extra 17 is for the blood capsule that they got from Dollar Tree for his music video. And Reggie, this isn't on you, dude. I'm just making fun of some dumbass named The Weeknd. And then HHN for having some rumor about having a house. It's a bunch of shit. Zach, hey, Zach, they didn't actually tamper with my account. Nobody can tamper with my accounts. It was totally something odd. Have we set the graveyard for the tour? No, Sean, that is on my agenda though. Oddly enough, in my head, I've been writing up the proposal for St. John Cemetery. That's how anything that I write, it always just starts off in my head, like literally almost completely finished. But we've got some time for that. But I would like to do it. I think it would be a lot of fun.
yeah. And we're making plans kind of around the additional stuff we're going to do. So that's more stuff that's going to get, again, added to the website. There's going to be a bunch of stuff over time added to the website. It really was like the main focus was pounding this website, making it functional, secure, safe, and official. So now we have the official stamp. It's ready. 5 minutes from now, it will be live and you can get your first look at it. Again, it's very simple. It's very easy on the eyes. There's not a lot of stuff going on. It's as basic as you can get for a website. And it just provides the information we need. It's not.
Yeah. Hey, Felicia.
Hey, Felicia, you're
Yeah,
not
we're
late.
not.
You're fine. You made it in time before
Yeah,
the
no.
launch. You're good.
Hey, Danny. What's up, Danny? Yeah,
Hey,
we're
Danny.
not looking for. I mean, there's some awesome haunted attraction websites out there. We're we're looking for aesthetically pleasing and easy to use on your mobile and easy to use on desktop. It's just for information. It's just basically a conduit. So, I mean, we'll jazz it up some as we go along, um, but one of the things on the website will, and this is on me, is I'm going to do a list of all the things I recommend while people are here. Like if you decide you want to break, not the vendors, but if or the vendors after hours, if you want to break away and go somewhere that I recommend for a drink or something or night out on the town, there'll be a list of that. So there will be a lot more information added to the site so that you really get a feel of what's going on in Pensacola. Some of the stuff I won't even know until the end of this year, like if there's special events going on at the Wahoo Stadium or whatever. And then, like James said, he'll get the hotel thing situated. I'll get the St. John's Cemetery thing situated. Um, so it's definitely coming, Sean. Like James, this is one. Just getting the website launched with this information was a big hurdle, especially for something that neither one of us has done before, which is do a convention, even
And neither
even
one of
one
us are
that's not.
lawyers, so it's like we have to
Yeah. So
really watch what we're doing.
Jesus. Um. So yeah, I mean it was the convention's small enough that we didn't need like the some packets that we saw were really some of it was really hard to read. It was lawyerese. Um, um, we just want to be sure y'all are safe, we're safe, y'all's asses are covered, our asses are covered. You know what you're getting, you know what you're not getting. Um, so what you can do, what you can't do. But definitely, Sean, especially expect in the next few months to get a lot of stuff added to the website. All my son cares about is fishing. The funny part is, Sean, if you bring your son with you, you could literally be at the convention and he could walk down to Pensacola Bay onto the pier and fish. Literally in Pensacola Bay. I know a lot of people that fish for mullet. 13 says haven't tuned in a while, but it sounds like the planning is moving along. Yeah, it really is. Shortly you'll be able to see the rudimentary but very functional website. Aesthetically pleasing in its simplicity. But yeah, all the pertinent information is there. Like James said, the tickets for the customers is not online yet, but we'll have that shortly, probably in the next few weeks. Maybe when James gets back from his vacation and whatnot. Danny wants karaoke or karaoke.
Karaoke.
Karaoke. Danny, I could probably find you a place that'll do it. Hey, Vic. We were just talking about you.
What's up, Vic? Holy cow.
What?
Streamloots somebody purchased. Reggie purchased 5 packs of Streamloots. Thank you, Reggie.
Thanks, Reggie. We need to make some convention Streamloots.
We do, and I plan on doing those, so there will be some very specific ones. Hey, Kat.
Hey, Kat. But yeah, so for everybody that just showed up, in like probably about a minute, James will officially launch the website. And for Vic and Keith's already heard this, but Vic, now that James and I have gotten the convention website out of the way, we're both going to turn our attention to you and Vic. Vic and Keith.
You got a rude card playing. All right, you're good.
So yeah, rude. So anyway, now we can focus attention on getting y'all situated. I know this is taking long. It's taking big longer than I was hoping for your site, but I guarantee you you'll be up and running ASAP. A lot of stuff on both of our plates. So much. And not just haunt convention stuff, but hey Ranger, what's up?
All right. The website is officially launched. For those that don't have the link yet, I am going to post it and pin it on YouTube or Facebook. I don't know that YouTube has a pinning option, but the website is officially launched. And now you can check out the simplicity and functionality of the official Home Haunter Con website.
And of course, if you have any questions, let us know.
Or
we may have questions.
Advice.
Yes, as always. 110% transparency for all of it. What the hell is that? Oh, it was pinned. I'm like, what the hell just happened? Things will be added onto the website. Once again, for Sean's questions, hotel blocks. I'm going to start working on St. Joseph, St. John's Cemetery. I do know that with St. John's Cemetery, what will happen with it is, I don't know what the price will be, but 100% of the proceeds that we get from it for the tours will go to St. John's fund. Since it's a huge cemetery, I'd like them to hire a new yard crew, because if the yard crew they have now keeps running over graves, I'm going to beat somebody's ass. Especially the historical graves. They're crushing in they're crushing in graves, and you can see like the tractor marks on them. It's kind of really pissing me off. Just thought I'd let y'all know. So if you have any questions, comments, suggestions, definitely let us know. Once again, don't wait for a show to let us know. Message us, emails on there, everything. Oh, that's cool. Sean said he'll be leaving Thursday to go there, and everyone needing help, we'll let him know. Yeah. I think we said this before. What'll happen is the convention's on Saturday and Sunday, but vendors will have 2 hours on Friday from 3 to 5 Central, and then the center gets closed up, everything's safe, and then the following morning on Saturday, I believe we've given everybody an hour,
30 minutes
extra. Is it 30 minutes?
Yep.
I can't remember. We've talked so many times.
Yeah, it's 30 minutes. So it's the setup time on Saturday will be from 9 to 9:30. The show opens to the public at 9:30, and on Saturday it goes until 4:30. Sunday again, the show opens at 9:30, and the show actually closes at 3:30 to the public, and gives you guys an hour and a half to take your stuff down and get everything out.
Yeah. Now, just let everybody know too, since we have well over a year, I may negotiate to get maybe an extra hour or something on Friday. So maybe not 2 hours, it might be 3, but don't count on that yet. It kind of just depends on what's going on in the center on Friday. So I might be able to get an extra hour or so. We'll let you know so far ahead in advance, it'll make your head spin. Kat, yes. The building that we're having the building that I'm having the dances and the other events in is the same exact building that we're having the convention in. So the actual main vending room will be the ballroom of the St. Andrews Beach Corey Jones Resource Center.
Hey, Leanne, how are you?
No, Vic, it's 2.5 hours. I mean, it's 2 hours on the Friday and 30 in the morning. Once again, there's a distinct possibility that I'll be able to get more time on Friday. So the thing with the center is we have 8 hours to work with on Saturday and 8 hours to work with on Sunday. That's it. There is really no extra time. It's how the actual center operates. So we're trying to give as much time for your customers and the people coming in to look at everything. Um, hey, Leanne. Yes, happy halfway to Halloween. Now, Vic, if you decide that you need more time, let us know. We know that you're probably going to be bringing a lot of stuff. A lot of these vendors are just going to be 10 by 10, you know. But don't discount the fact that we might be able to get y'all more time on Friday. So we'll let y'all know. Just don't bring a bunch of like IKEA style stuff that's going to take you 10 hours to put together.
Yes, Leanne. Everybody, please like the stream. Thank you for that.
Yeah. And I know that like MHC and Transworld, they give you like days ahead. We just unfortunately don't have that option. Well, I say that if we let y'all have the option of having days ahead, the cost of the vendor tables would skyrocket tremendously, like a lot, well beyond what is necessary, the price to be. The center has the ability to be rented out during the weekday on 8-hour blocks for the same price as Saturdays and Sundays. But I mean, literally, yeah, I mean, literally. And then if we do it by the hour, it gets even more expensive. The
Countdown
has
begins.
begun.
9,290 hours and 23 minutes. I like it. Good looking out there, team.
Reginald
So anyway, Vic,
wants to remind
Streamlabs.
everyone
don't discount
to go
your
like 13 skeletons.
There might be some extra time, but
Okay,
once again,
Streamlabs done.
once again for our first show, we're kind of learning, and I mean, just out of curiosity, Vic, how long do you think it would take you to set up your? How long do you think it would take you to set up your display? Since you're doing a bigger display, especially since Sean said he'll be there to help.
Kat said the trick is to prep your stuff ahead of time, so easy and quick setup. For newbies, do a practice setup at home first. That's good advice.
I guess when we see Vic, when we see yours and Keith's setup at MHC, I'm guessing it'll be about the same as it'll be. Now Keith said, I think Keith said he doesn't think he'll make it.
We're still working on him though.
Yeah. Vic says by himself a couple hours. Well, the funny part is, like I said, there will probably, like, people like Sean will be there. We'll be there. It's highly unlikely we'll be able to help do much with you, but
yeah, simply because we're gonna have to get everybody to their booth area and all that business. Yeah. But I mean, if we can lend a hand, it's not something that we wouldn't do simply because we're just above it or anything. We absolutely, if possible, will help.
Yeah. Like I said, right now we're working with certain time constraints and certain things too, especially honestly, this will be the first of this that the center will see as well. They have vendors and stuff show up. They're like, oh, okay, boop, 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 and they're done. But as far as the stuff that will be coming from all of you folks, it's going to be quite different for the center as well. They don't. Reginald, I can tell you right now, they have no utensils, like pans and spatulas, but I will figure that out for you. I don't think you want to get on a plane with a full load of stuff.
Yeah, if nothing else, we're gonna have a U-Haul. I can pack some of my stuff up and bring it down.
Yeah. And I've got stuff here at the house. But to answer your question, they have zero. They have zero cooking anything. All they have is what you saw in the pictures. So they've got a large stand-up freezer. They've got a single-door stand-up freezer, a double-door stand-up big refrigerator, a 4-burner gas stove with a oven, ice machine, 2 microwaves that are like 15 years old. Can't put them on the same circuit, or they'll blow the circuit, which I think is hilarious. And of course, the oven has traditional hood. They do need to replace the bulb in it. Shit, I need to tell them to replace the. Yeah, don't come in with knife. Yeah, get on a plane with some of your chefing knives.
Yeah, just make up a list of stuff that you will need, and we can acquire it for you beforehand.
Yeah,
we'll make sure
and
you have the stuff that you need.
I might see if we can get sponsored by Kesco, which is our local kitchen supply. They're actually right down the street from the center. So maybe for a little advertising, since a lot of the people that are going to come to this thing are going to be locals. Yeah, Kat, I agree. I think with Keith and Vic, once they set up at MHC, they'll know more and we'll know more. Accidentally brought a knife roll in your carry-on bag and almost got arrested. Yeah. No, Reginald, we got a full year. We'll get with you. We'll figure it all out. You're wearing a full cover. And if I can do like a virtual tour, I can take video and send you a video just like to show you really intimately what everything looks like and where it's at. What's funny is the kitchen has a lot of cabinet space, but nothing in the cabinets. I think the cabinets were kind of a waste. And they've told me that eventually they're going to redo the kitchen. I don't know what that means though. And of course, there's the sinks, there's wash sinks, and all that kind of stuff. Oh, very good. Vic said all my stuff's set up in the middle of the shop now, so I'll know how it all goes. I'm looking forward to seeing the full setup, especially at MHC.
If you do a dry run or whatever and you get it set up, send us some pictures of it so we know what we're looking for.
Yeah, and send them, and we won't show anybody.
No, just send them to us privately.
Make sure you wear a bloody apron. Well, Reginald may actually get a home haunter convention apron. You never know. Oh, and they also have, believe it or not, they have a washer and dryer in the kitchen too. So, should things go down, or after the event, bring. It sounds weird, but you bring your street clothes so that when you go back off into the sunset to California, we can have your clothes washed for you, so it won't be all stinky when you get on the plane or greasy.
If at the very least, my brother-in-law is an executive chef, and Tom, the guy that I do all the networking and stuff for, he's co-owner of the restaurant. So if nothing else, I'm sure they'll have stuff I can bring with me.
Yeah, that's true, Kat.
Bigger pots and stuff, professional kitchen stuff that they just have extras of.
Yeah, Vic, if you poop your pants, you can definitely. We'll just take you to the kitchen and throw you and your pants in the washer.
That's what I forgot, was to add the Vic clause to the vendor form. Completely forgot about that.
The Vic clause: don't poop in your pants. Vic, what's the size of you and Keith are doing a booth together, right? What's the size of the booth? Is it a 10 by 20? Because y'all are doing a booth together, right? Or are y'all doing this separate? I know y'all have told me like 300 times. Dead End says, I always have as much things as I can on wheels and pre-make your diagram of how you're going to lay your booth out. Yeah.
10
I mean,
by
can you
32.
imagine 10 by 32, really? Is it your number? How much did the extra 2 feet cost you?
$700.
$700.
It's $350 an extra foot, so.
And $150 for a corner.
Yeah.
Jesus Christ. Please be sure to fax your vendor application. And email us your credit card information. You haven't paid the extra 2 feet. Yeah, full transparency, we were looking through Transworld's contract packet, their vendor packet. Very very wordy, very lawyery,
Yeah.
but well done.
As it
So
should
wait a
be,
minute,
but it's just
As it-
they're
yeah.
so much larger than we are.
So, but Keith, are you serious? Are you doing a 10 by 30? Is it really 30 foot long? Or is it 10 by 20?
I'm assuming it's a 10 by 30 and he's going to take over an additional 2 feet.
Yeah, he's just going to take, somebody's 12 feet off of there. Yeah, I'm going to take that 12 feet. I'm going to knock your mask display down because I need this extra 12 feet.
Oh,
all right. Now Vic.
The other thing we need to talk about.
Hold on a minute now.
Okay, go
Vic
ahead.
said yes, but I don't know what the hell he's saying yes to.
It's 10 by 30 plus 2 feet.
Oh. Oh, okay. Wow. So you are actually doing a 30-foot long. Okay. Wow. That's interesting. All right, go ahead, James. Sorry.
Yeah, so the other important thing that we discussed off stream and in the process of doing this, we took your advice, everybody that pitched in on this from the last stream that we talked about this on. Vendors are going to be required to have general liability insurance.
Oh, yes. I'm glad you thought about that.
It sucks that we had to go that way because it is an additional cost for you guys to do it. But legally speaking, it was honestly unavoidable.
Yeah. So like James said, thank everyone that mentioned it, and thanks for rapping it with us about it and talking about it. You were 110% right. So yes. So thank all of you. That's why we're very thankful for all the input and the suggestions. So it did. I do need it. Keith said the Cobra is baking, and then I'm like, G.I. Joe. But anyway, how many spots are there for this event?
We're looking at 20 on the inside, roughly, and about 10 spots available outside.
I don't know about 10 on the outside.
I think we said 8 initially, and I just rounded up for some reason.
I think in total too that honestly I think we were saying like 25 all total. I think that number comes to my head, but we've got to do some very precise measurements. Yeah, Vic, thank you. Since you spearheaded that. So we've got to James has got some software. I built the showroom floor digitally, and I'm passing it to James, and he's got software that's going to do all kinds of magic measurements and so forth. We'll know very shortly how many booths we'll be able to accommodate. Top of my head,
say outside, it's completely covered. You're not literally outside. It's on the patio.
Well,
thing.
he also means heat.
Well, yeah,
not just.
And it is Florida, so in May it's going to be hot.
Yeah. Well, hopefully not super hot. The people that vend outside, and you'll see in the packet, they are getting a cheaper rate. But I mean, we're gonna make sure, like, because I really did think about this too, just back in my head. There's items that you just can't have outside, like latex. Now the ballroom is like they get that thing down to like I don't know, low 60s or something. I love it. I could just lay on the floor and just go to sleep in there. But um, if it comes down to, if it really comes down to that, we have people that really need indoor, like maybe nobody wants to do outside. Um, there's a possibility that we can grab another large room in the building. There is a very large meeting room that I estimate would handle about 4 to 5 vendors, depending on how much space they need. Shit, Vic may need that room just on his own. Um, but once again, it's something we need to see just exactly how many people will be able to fit, especially if they're coming with a 10 by 32 foot long
Yeah,
thing.
and the picture that we're gonna have on the website, when I get it finished, will be to scale for the most part, which is why it's taking a little longer to get done, because everything has to be extremely precise so we can 100% lay it out, and
Yeah,
they're all going
and
to be
dead end,
numbered.
yeah, and dead end. Just I guess just to kind of elaborate, we're not going to force outdoor vendors. And when I say
Yeah, not at
that,
all.
I mean like literally, if people like, well, screw that, we're not going to be like, well, but we've got vendor space out there. So no, if we're just allowing extra room at a discount rate, which would be outside. It is quite possible and quite probable that no one will want to do outside, and that's absolutely fine. It's like an it's just like an option or an extra amenity if somebody just has something like, oh yeah, I'll sit out. I will say that, as weird as it sounds, even in the heat of summer, like here, which is like August, um, I can walk down there and sit on what I call the porch. It's a balcony or veranda. I did that for Danny. Um, and the breeze from Pensacola Bay is phenomenal. You are out of the sun 100% during the whole day. It is definitely not air conditioned, but it's not like you're in just like a stale heat. But just to reiterate, we're just offering it as an extra. If somebody just said, "Well, I'm just setting up a table and selling,"
If
I
they're
don't
not
even
even
know.
selling it something, like if you're just a home haunt that wants to get your name out there. Oh, stream loop. If you just want to advertise your home haunt and you don't actually have anything to sell, I mean, that'd be a perfect place. You could save money on it, and you
Yeah,
you wouldn't have to worry about anything getting
it's what.
destroyed. Obviously,
Yeah, once again, it's just an option, but like literally, if nobody takes the option, that is absolutely fine. I completely understand. Um, so yeah, we're not saying like, oh, if you're selling latex masks, then you got to go outside. It, it, it's yeah, no, it's trust me. Um, like I said, I might be able to secure one or two other rooms. It depends on what other amenities we're going to do. If we're going to have somebody doing instructional, whatever. Um,
well, one of
so
the
we'll see.
rooms, if we're able to get one of the rooms, is going to have to be for the private luncheon.
Yes, but I think. Oh God, I just thought about that too. Um, Total side note. James, you're going to have to put a limit on how many of those you can serve. That's going to have to be
Yeah,
part of the sponsor. Yeah.
yeah.
Um, which is fine. I mean, there's actually two good size rooms. Honestly, the middle size room will fit probably a good 15 people, maybe 20 comfortably. They could eat. And then the small one, put another 8 or 10.
Well, we were doing those in blocks anyway. It's going to be a time thing.
Yeah. I think we're good. It's, once again, these are like now the fine tuning.
The minutia.
Keith, as far as downsizing, I mean, are you doing a 10 by 32 booth for you and Keith? Is it for the both of you? And if Keith doesn't show up, do you need a 10 by 32 foot booth? I'm just curious. We'll accommodate whatever.
We have the special plan we're working on for Vic anyway.
Yeah. And while we're talking about it, I need to pull up. I'm going to pull up some just so I can because I'm going to, well, that's not it. Well, shit. Sorry, while I'm henpecking around for what I'm looking for. Yeah, Vic, we've kind of got you in a special place in our hearts, so.
Someone should make haunted sprinklers for outside. Maybe tiki torches that spray water out of them instead of flames.
You might need that.
I like that idea, actually.
Okay. Obviously, I don't know what I'm looking for. There it is. There it is. All right. I'm paying attention to y'all, by the way. Too.
Yeah, you're fine. You keep going. So as described on the website for the vendors, simply because we don't have the layout secured yet, whoever, it's a first come first serve. So whoever gets their vendor form in first has first choice of any spot that they want, obviously. And it's going to go in specific order, as in when we received it and when we approve it. And we're going to approve them in the order that we received them, obviously. So if you're the first person to get your vendor form into us, then obviously you're going to have first choice at the booth spots when they become available.
Yes. Okay. I just confirmed something in my head, so I think we're okay. Okay.
Oh, I'll be there with a garbage can to take our money home in. Where is that? MHC, or are you talking about ours? Because last time we talked to you, you said you weren't sure you were going to be able to make it. But by all means, if you're going to make it to ours, bring a garbage can for your money.
All right, so Vic says, yeah. Vic says even if he doesn't show up, it's still 10 by 32.
I mean, I think we can work with that.
Yeah, I just looked at the schematic. Our special plan for Vic won't work though. We can accommodate it, but that's okay.
Okay.
Because Vic is basically talking about three vendor spots with us.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure we can find an extra 2 feet. So, yeah, it's basically 3 of the 20 or some odd vendor spaces.
Nobody puts Vic in the corner unless he wants to.
No, Vic, one of the not because you're a great sounding board for this. I know that at MHC they're supplying the booth curtains. Are you bringing your own? Are you bringing your own backdrops? Are you bringing your own like display backdrops that you're just? Are you dependent on their booth curtains?
Kat said, I did an outdoor August event, and the guy who made a ton of money was walking around selling missing spray bottles. Yeah, I get that. Maybe some possessed priests that spritz overheated people with holy water. I like it.
That works. Now, we can't have any missing spray bottles inside the building, but you're welcome to sell 3,000 of them outside.
Put me against a wall if possible, but everything will be black.
Okay, but are you supplying your own backdrop at MHC? Are you reliant on what they're putting up for you? Putting you against the wall is fine.
Yeah, don't forget we don't have the divider curtains. Like that's because of the layout of the place anyway. It's not going to have that.
Now, Vic, since you're a great sounding board, let me ask you a question. If it's a true 32 feet, and we put you against a wall, can your display have a very slight curve to it? Does it have to be completely straight across, or could it have a very slight curve to it? That's the question of the hour right there. All will be revealed one day. I'm sorry, Jim. Go ahead.
Keith said MHC, so I got you, Keith. I'm still pushing for you to make it to the Home Haunter convention. How much of a curve?
Very slight. I mean, not like a half a circle, just a very slight curve, like almost unnoticeable by the human eye. But it would actually have a curve. Now, if your stuff is stiff and it won't work, I'm actually the reason why I'm asking this stuff. What?
You are just setting him up for so much stuff right now.
That's fine. It doesn't matter. This is after dark right now because we've gone past our hour, so it's all good. No, and there's reasons because these answers that we get, James and I can talk about some of the things that we're they make medicines for that. The questions, without revealing too much, if not, because the entire ballroom minus one wall is all glass. There are no actual walls. I mean, they're glass walls. And there are two of those three walls that we could accommodate on the glass walls. The long glass wall overlooking the bay, James and I are keeping it open. That's one of the draws of this place is being able to go and look out at Pensacola Bay. However, if you could put a slight curve in everything, very slight, when you build it, very slight, then there's an accommodation that would make you very happy.
Very slight. Just one more time.
Very, very slight. James, did you look at the schematics?
I believe I know what you're talking about, but
well, I can say the number out. Where we're thinking is only 28 foot.
Okay.
And that is actually at the very front of the thing we're discussing.
Right.
Because it tapers as you go deeper. So it's like 17 by 28.
Gotcha.
So a slight curve he could accommodate. Anyway, there you go. Nope, you don't have to do round. Round would be cool. Then we could put you right in the middle, and then people would have to go in there and be all spooky. But, but no, don't change anything you're doing now for this. Please don't. But if what you've got now can accommodate, like I said, a very mild slight curve, then you've got a place that you'll absolutely love. That we've already set aside for you. Of course, at that time, we thought your booth was going to be like a 10 by 20. But an extra 12 feet. No big deal. Yeah, I think you'll like the accommodations that we very, very, very specifically have we thought about you very specifically. So, and I mean all this in a very good way. So, but like also too, and I guess actually we probably should put it in the vendor packet. You know, basically saying like, well, I mean, what's being supplied is there, but we may have to say like, no other backdrop accommodations or something like that.
Yeah, man. This is accurate.
Yeah, just be careful though. If it's cold, your area may shrink. I will say the ballroom. Oh, and Reggie, the kitchen has phenomenal air conditioning too. Um, so you will not be in there running around sweating. And nobody in the building. Even when that building is capacity, it. I love that place. That place stays so nice and cool.
We do need to get with you though for the menu and start figuring out what we're gonna do, because I can actually order a lot of this stuff through my brother-in-law, so we'll have actual restaurant quality products, like high-end restaurant quality products. So,
Dead Chef should totally make an appearance. So as y'all can imagine, with us talking for the past hour, a lot has been accomplished to launch. There's still quite a bit to tweak and fine tune, as we figured there would be. But a lot of the basics are there, and there's still there's still stuff coming, i.e., like the hotel blocks, St. John's, things like that. The list of things that I recommend doing during your stay here when you're not at the convention, should you not want to do, St. John's, whatever. If you stay here through Monday, of course, the recommendation is going to be go to Pensacola Beach. Hot dog and tater tots. I'm all about
not
that.
free food, but there will be grab and go foods that will be priced accordingly. I mean, we will have hot dogs, obviously. Just
Yeah.
grab a hot dog, but then we're gonna have the luncheon that's gonna have where Reggie's true artistry is gonna shine through, and that's obviously going to be a limited event thing. So once the ticket sales go on for that we have to work out food costs and everything before we even come up with a price for the luncheon. I will say, however, if you choose the tier 2 or 3 sponsorship, you actually will get one. Tier 2 gets one free luncheon pass, and tier 3 gets 2.
Yeah. So that's a good deal. Leanne, thank you. I think you're right. It's gonna be a great celebration. No, Vic. My thing, as far as food goes, there's going to be a price point for everybody, because there is a way to get food costs to a point where there's a price point for everybody. So no, we're not going to have $10 hot dogs with nothing on it.
Yeah, and that's like, if I go through my brother-in-law to get the stuff, our prices will be just phenomenally cheap.
Yeah,
because I can get them at a much better price point.
Right. Yeah, and like I said, there's going to be a price point for everybody. And Sean, I oddly enough, I wouldn't ask Vic to actually right angle his. That's one thing I would not. I would not ask Vic to right angle his display. Good math though. Dodger dogs are $6.75. I bet you we can beat that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, I just had an event. I just had another swing event, and my buddy did some. Oh God, phenomenal food. And I helped
Let's
him.
clarify. It was a swing dance event.
It's swing
It's
dance.
after dark, and you're quickly encroaching on the other
There's
meaning
only
of
two
swing.
people that have actually thought about that, and that's you and the main caretaker of that building. I'm talking about like big band swing, everybody. I'm not having events there where people are like throwing their keys in a bowl and banging each other in the bathroom. So
Look,
you
I'm
and
just
Vic
saying
get
it's
your mind out
after
of the gutter.
dark, so we need to be
I
careful.
know, but right. So last Saturday I had a secondary big band swing style event, and some phenomenal food. I mean, awesome food. The most expensive thing were street tacos. It was $11.95 for 3 grilled seasoned chicken. They were so good. Holy shit! But and then burgers were $9.99. A double burger, and these were like two. So no, there'll be a price point for everybody. And the interesting thing is like the concession stand window is in the same room as the event itself. So you don't have to walk down a hallway and 2 flights up and down another hallway to go get yourself a soda. There's for those that don't even want that, there are 2 vending machines. There's a fully stocked beverage machine and a fully stocked snack machine. If that's your bag, I'm going to make sure that it's stocked all weekend and stocked with fresh stuff. You can use cash, you can use cards. And like I said, the concession stand will have everything else that you want. You literally could walk if you're a vendor if you're a vendor, you literally can walk from any booth that you get in that ballroom to the concession stand and not take your eyes off your own booth. Literally. Literally. So once again, this is going to be something that's not been done before. It's a totally different creature. It's a more intimate after dark convention, smaller amount of vendors, but the venue, you will never see a venue like this. You will never have gone to a venue like this and gone to a Halloween style convention. I thoroughly 100% guarantee it. Whew, and there you go. No, there will be 0 turkey legs at this event.
I couldn't even stand the smell of those things in the building.
No, I would literally punch somebody, I think. The cast of The Big Bang Theory was having a swingers party. No. Yeah. So, no turkey legs at all. Who's making sure there's shit paper in the bathrooms? Actually, the building. Once again, that's what's so unique about the building. There will be 2 to 3 caretakers. I call them caretakers. That will be officiating over it. They actually work for the city of Pensacola. So yeah, all those kind of accommodations will be dealt with and handled by them. And I know them all. They're phenomenal people. So that's another thing too. As obnoxious as it sounds, I know every single person that works at this building. I know them. I've been talking to them for a long time. One of them I've known for 15 years, 16 years. So I know the staff of this building. It's not like there's going to be issues. And they are actually looking forward to this as well. They're super excited that this is going on because they're all Halloween people.
Did and said, make the caretakers dress up.
Vic, if you think you need to bring your own toilet paper for that issue, please help yourself.
I'm not even surprised that it gets brought up with Vic in the conversation.
That's fine. Vic is just making sure he's got all of his bases covered. Make the caretakers dress up. They actually have to stay in official City of Pensacola shirts. That way you know who they are. I might get them like little blinky things they can put on, but they have to pretty much stay within their predetermined garb. Super nice people though. They're gonna have a blast. So And I'm
Rude card.
Rude card.
Yep. See, Sean even said you're working, Danny. It's been said. It's been done.
Yeah, Danny will get there. Like, Danny, you need to go help Reggie. Nah.
Just stand there and
apparently
throw
James
hot dogs at people.
Oh my God, no shit. The other interesting thing is, and I just found this out about 2 weeks ago. Believe it or not, they actually allow grills. You have to grill on the outside of the building, but if it came down to it, and Reggie wanted to grill, they actually allow you to have a grill on the porch right outside the kitchen. Can't be inside, but you can do it outside.
That's awesome.
And my friend
I could bring my smoker. I'll bring the Traeger with me.
Oh my God.
We could just set that thing up overnight, let it run at your house, and then just go and grab it.
Well, that is doable. I was gonna say, I definitely can't do it overnight there, but like I said, I'm fucking right down the street. So make sure to leave tips for the workers. Yes, that would be actually phenomenal. And Sean, believe it or not, that would be phenomenal. I think they can actually accept tips too, even though they're city workers. And we'll be sure that they get well fed. So,
Leanne, we are not live on Twitch right now, actually. Interestingly enough, that's the one platform we have stayed clear of thus far. Although we do have the capability to go live on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook all simultaneously. So, I mean, it's something we definitely could do.
And knowing James, we could broadcast to the moon too.
Yeah, we could be on everything. We could even, if Mixer was still around, we could be on Mixer.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, the possibilities are out there for a lot of things. Quite honestly, a lot of things. Like I said, the event space itself opens it up for a much different creature than anybody's used to. And what I'm hoping is that that all the love and all the accolades, that everything runs as smoothly as it can, so that all the folks that couldn't show up or didn't know about it hear about it and like, oh my God,
As long as you guys share it out and get it out there for people, because I mean, we've been so busy doing all this website work and getting everything buttoned up that we can get. We haven't had time to actually advertise it outside of this.
Yeah. And it hasn't really been super ready to advertise outside of this.
Yeah, Kat, we can totally go live. We're live on Facebook and YouTube right now, obviously, simultaneously. But we can add, I can add literally all the platforms that do live streaming. We could live stream to all of them at once. We've just kept it to Facebook and YouTube, obviously, but and I do stream on Twitch myself, my gaming stuff, when I have time to do it, which I haven't had. So, I mean, I completely know how Twitch works. I'm an affiliate on Twitch, but I haven't had time for my gaming stuff in months. So, but I do know how it works completely, and absolutely can get everything going on Twitch too. If you guys like Twitch more, who knows?
I had to stand up, everybody, so if I sound a little different.
There's a weird mic hum.
Was it really?
Yeah.
Is it still there?
No, you're good. It was just when you stood up. You hit the mic or something.
Oh, it may have been maybe it was the springs. Was it this?
Yep, that's what it was.
Okay. Vic says after MHC we can put you guys up on Trio. Yeah, that's true. Yeah, we're gonna be. Yeah, I mean, the biggest thing is to fill the vendor spots. I will personally guarantee you there will be a ton of flow through in this building. I mean, I'm going to put this out here on Pensacola and all the surrounding areas: Milton, Crestview, Beulah, Jay, Navarre, Destin, you name it. This is going to go out all over the place in Pensacola, and I guarantee you that because this is a Halloween event in May, the whole area around me is going to go absolutely crazy. There will be plenty of people who will come in and buy stuff, and that's how James and I are going to push it. I mean, I'm we're pushing it, but I'm going to guarantee you that Pensacola, like, there will not be a shortage. Well, shit, there will not be a shortage of people buying shit. I literally guarantee it. There will not be a shortage of people buying stuff. There won't be a shortage of people ordering stuff because Pensacolians don't understand that Halloween and the haunt industry is 24/7, 365. And especially people that do stuff at their houses. They really, I mean, around here they clamor when September hits and Spirit Halloween is open. Holy shit! That's all I hear about here in Pensacola. Oh my God, Spirit Halloween! Oh. It's just like out in the wild. All the people that don't understand there's more than Spirit Halloween and Walmart and Hot Topic or the fuck ever else people going by. Pensacola is going to learn, along with a lot of other people, that even for home haunters, there can be an avenue of getting stuff well before the Spirit Halloween stores open up, and much better quality at actually an extremely nice price.
And Kat, no, he cannot stream to multiple platforms. It's amazing that he gets his internet to work as well as he does. So
yeah, there's
everything is handled straight from my end. I've got stupidly fast internet and a literal command center for PCs. So
that's why his nickname has been for several years now, Mr. Clickety Clacks. Now I've been doing tech stuff for forever, but my internet here is limited because I only have one actual provider. I don't have AT&T fiber yet and all that stuff. The one provider I have is Cox Cable, and they are complete and utter assholes, and I will not ever give them another dollar to save my life. I'm waiting for AT&T fiber. The way that I actually do my internet is through it's through cellular. My whole home is actually run off of cellular data, and for the most part, it works just fine. But if I were to try and do what James does, which requires an enormous amount of bandwidth, well, for him it's not enormous, but it's a good chunk of bandwidth to stream out. There's no way I could do it. The interesting little quick story about that is AT&T is installing a 5G pole about a block and a half down from me, which means that pole will actually need to have AT&T fiber, which I'm hoping means that AT&T will say, oh, look, there's a whole neighborhood here. Let's put AT&T fiber here. And then I will go to AT&T fiber. But once again, the one provider I have for internet oh my God, I would not, oh my God. I don't think that I would let them pay me to put their cable back on my house. So.
Yeah. Behind the scenes of our operations, you would not believe how technologically advanced we are. I mean, literally just the stuff that we go through to make it sound good and run good is just, it would drive a normal person absolutely insane.
Yeah. And just because I like mentioning this, even with, I mean, I got computers and all kinds, nothing like James has. James has got like, fucking SpaceX setup at his house. But with the setup that I have, I was able to come online and do a show right after Hurricane Sally, and I didn't even have power.
Yep.
But I had internet, and the rest of my neighborhood didn't have internet.
Jeez.
I think wasn't it after Sally? Yeah.
I believe so, yeah. Vic's got Reggie so riled up over the turkey legs he can't type or talk.
Poor Reggie. Let's see. Kat
Kat
says, not sure
said,
how
yep.
Pensacola is set up. Oh, go ahead. Oh,
Nope, you
but
go ahead.
might be nice to add a. Okay, might be add a list of nearby places to stay for those who want to make a weekend. Oh, Kat, yes, 1000%. We're ahead of you. James is actually going to do. He's going to look at hotels that are within the downtown area to try and get blocks to make it cheaper. But I'm going to give James a list of hotels and motels that I recommend that are outside the downtown area that are would be like a block would not be able to beat the price. Ones that I recommend. There's some that I wouldn't recommend. So yes, there's going to be an amazingly comprehensive list of not just hotels and motels, but things to do, places to see. We'll have mappages going on for all of this for folks that like, that since we won't be operational at night, places to go eat,
Bars.
since bars, nightclubs. I mean, within a 2 to 3 minute drive, there's Seville Quarter. If you want to look up Seville Quarter in Pensacola, Florida, that is 7 bars in one historic establishment. You can spend an entire night there and eat there. I used to work there for 3.5 years. It's a phenomenal place. So, Kat, there will be a list of recommended things to do, how to get to the beach, which is you can get to Pensacola Beach in about maybe 10 minutes from the center, or if you're staying downtown, it's 10 minutes from downtown. That's Pensacola Beach. If you just want to go to Gulf Breeze, you can go to Gulf Breeze, go to the boardwalk. There's going to be a plethora of things. I mean, literally, there's going to be too much for anybody to do in one weekend. So yes, the long story long is hotels, motels, everything will be listed. And the things that aren't downtown, I will handpick them myself and give those to James to list because I know the town, obviously. So
Appreciate you
where's the nearest
brainstorming.
Waffle House? Oh, hell yeah. Keep brainstorming, Kat. Reginald, where's the nearest Waffle House? I want to be covered and smothered in gravy. Well, you're in Luxor because there is a Waffle House in the outskirts of downtown. So if you were going to stay downtown in a hotel, you are probably about a 3 to 4 minute drive from the closest Waffle House.
He's asking the hard-hitting questions here.
Yes. I mean, our downtown area has 0 corporate or franchise anything. Our downtown is local, mom and pop, locally owned. Our seafood is locally sourced. The one subway, or the one franchise of any sort we had downtown is now gone, because the rent got too high. But all the food, all the bars, we have there's art. There's actually you can go buy local art. Um, uh, there's literally our downtown area has absolutely 0 franchise or corporate owned anything. It is seriously just a plethora of things to do. You can get breakfast downtown if you need to. Of course, lunch, you need to stick around and eat Reggie's lunch, but and all of that is within minutes of minutes drive of the center. If you stay downtown at like one of the hotels downtown, you literally can just leave and walk to all these things. You're within, I mean, you're just right there. So if you decide that you don't want to stay downtown, there's one of the places I'm going to recommend a hotel is, I mean, y'all don't know what Palafox is, but it's North Palafox. It's Palafox and Cervantes. And you technically still could walk from there. It's technically considered a downtown hotel, but yes, the Homeowners Association is also. Oh, I've missed a few things. Holy shit. Berlina says yes. We need to know which places are safe and decent. Oh, absolutely. Yeah, we have several Airbnbs. Actually, we have several Airbnbs here in Sanders Beach where the venue is. They're all very nice. I know most of the owners. Do we have a Whataburger? Dead End? Absolutely. The same place, literally the same place where Reginald will get his Waffle House. There's a Whataburger right next door to it. So there is a Whataburger conveniently located within a few minutes of downtown, if that. Yes, we are still doing the Home Haunter's Awards. That is a big thing of all of this. We can't have a Home Haunter convention and not have Home Haunter's Awards. Vic, we can make you an award. Reggie says, I'll make sure not to get you guys drunk during the luncheon. Well, now, Reginald, once again, unfortunately, we can't have alcohol during the event.
Yep,
that
can't
is
have alcohol
because
on the premise.
Yeah, you can make any of your awesome concoctions, but they have to be non-alcoholic. That is unfortunately a big no-no. Of course, at any of the conventions, it's a big no-no. So, but yeah, no alcohol. But that's okay because you need to save all your alcoholizing for the nightlife in downtown Pensacola.
The after party.
Yeah, the after party. And if I can get my ass, which by then it will be, we may have a few folks, come down to my house and you can have as much alcohol as you want to, and then y'all can just pass out in my yard. Kat says, I lived with myself through college long ago doing Fetties, fairs and shows. I'm gonna say, God, what is that word supposed to be? The details make the difference in an okay or great event. Yes, we'll definitely be snagging some info from you, Kat. Yeah, Dead End. Yeah, there's a Whataburger there. The next closest one is it's probably about a 7 to 8 minute drive. But I mean, the one that's downtown is right there. Matter of fact, on that same, which is Gregory Street, you've got Whataburger, you've got Waffle House. There's something else, but then you've got McGuire's, which is one of the top 100 rated restaurants in Florida. Once again, only do that at night. Be sure to eat Reginald's food. There will be a Cajun restaurant. A local Cajun restaurant will be opening up in the next few months. Yeah, Reggie will be serving drinks out of a little white van. Once again, I know like things like MHC and Transworld and all that stuff. There's stuff that you can go to. Sometimes it's a drive, but the one of the many biggest points of the venue that we're going to be at is that you are literally, and it's like downtown Chicago and all that stuff. It's not where you're like I don't want to go downtown with my car, or I don't want to walk downtown because I'm either going to have my car broken into, which seems to be a common event at these other places, or you're going to get shot or killed. Pensacola crime rate is very low. The actual crime rate here in Sanders Beach, where the venue is the lowest crime rate in Pensacola, almost zero. Once again, bring a fishing pole if you want to go fishing on the pier right outside the venue. But yeah, we have an extremely low crime rate here. We have an amazing Pensacola Police Department. They don't put up with any crap. I'm telling you, you could come here for weeks and vacation and not see everything that downtown has to offer. Like quite literally. So we have Seville Square. There's Ferdinand Plaza if you want to just chill out. Like I said, that's across the street from Seville Quarter. I mean, the list just goes. I could just ramble on forever about how many amenities there are. once again, having this on Memorial Day weekend and having Monday as being a day off for some folks who want to stick around for a nice beach day. And, if you've been longing to go to a beach, once again, whitest beaches in the world, pure silicon quartz. They're as white as a piece of paper. Danny, yes. Oh, actually, I'm glad Danny mentioned Starbucks. There is actually a Starbucks right next to Reginald's Waffle House and the Whataburger for Dead End. It's right there. The next closest Starbucks is way north of us. And if you just like, traditional, I'm just going to go and take a movie in. AMC Theaters is a hop, skip, and a jump on the interstate. And when I say interstate, it's 110, not like I-10. But yeah, there's a Starbucks, and actually there are two local coffee shops downtown. Once again, that you can walk to.
Did you see the comment about how you pronounce that word?
Wait, where am I looking at here?
Kat said it's pronounced Fates.
Oh, Fates. Okay.
They're old country fairs.
Oh, cool. Yeah, Vic, that's not good. We don't have that. Every once in a while, we'll have some ding dong that's going on downtown, but it's so rare. PPD just doesn't put up with it. PPD will go up to you and go you need to get in the back of my car, and they get in the back of the car and they go away. Some people learn about diabetes, triple ice cream, scooped unicorn top sundae with some chocolate. But hey, I'm all for it. I'm all for sugar food too. But so anyway, the long story long is, not only is this a Halloween event, not only is it a home haunter event, but you're coming to a town that probably no one here has ever been to, never heard of it, here in Florida. Because you say Florida and you're like, oh, Orlando, or Jacksonville,
Daytona,
or Miami, or South Beach. Huh?
Or Daytona.
Daytona, yeah. Yeah. Nobody thinks of, or Panama City. Panama City is like 2.5 hours away from it. Nobody knows what a Pensacola is. And we are literally the oldest settlement in the United States of America. So that's my ramble on about that. That's my spiel about talking about Pensacola. Brilliant says, if I'm able to come, I'll probably have several teenagers that would be interested in helping anyone set up a breakdown. That's awesome.
And
Vic
that
will
brings
probably
up another
need
point that I'm literally just typing out right now. But we will likely have a volunteer sheet on the website, because everybody that's working at this show is completely going to be volunteer.
That's cool. Get to have some free tickets.
Yep.
Although people that volunteer won't know anybody in Pensacola to give them to. Oh, Kat wants to know if there's going to be any vegetarian or vegan options. I don't think that would make Reginald free.
Yeah, he's a chef. He's on that game.
Pensacola sounds like a Russian soft drink. I am going to pass that around and see who smacks me right in the face. Yeah. Like I said, Pensacola is. It used to be St. Petersburg. St. Petersburg, Florida. They touted themselves as the oldest settlement in the United States. Well, we had an archaeological dig here that proved them way wrong, and so now we have that moniker.
Reggie said you just want to watch the world burn. Yeah, Beyond man. Burger. Beyond's the way to go.
Yeah, don't give it to Vic though, because
that's what we're going to give Vic for his award. Is going to be a Beyond Burger.
A Beyond Burger, yeah. He'll definitely show up the year after if we give him a Beyond Burger for an award. So like I said, this is how you talk up the event. The whole thing of it is going to be unique, not just the fact that it's the first of its kind, but it's just where it's going to be held, I mean, if it gets so big that this venue no longer will support it, we can still use it for the after hour parties like the ballroom. But we do actually have a civic center. We do actually have a convention center downtown. It is way expensive to rent out. But at that point, if we've got X amount of vendors that are coming in, then it would be worth it. The one and only convention that it holds right now as a convention, I mean, it gets used for graduations and stuff. It's really not used that well, but the one group that uses it as a real style convention center with vendors that I know of is Pensacola, and that happens, I believe, in February. And it draws in, I don't know what the numbers were this year, but like 25,000, 30,000 people. And it'll hold, I don't know this for sure, but I think it holds about 100 vendors. Still nothing compared to Transworld or MHC. And that number might be low. I'm not entirely sure. I do know that they put enough vendors in there. Walking around is a little bit difficult. And it's more conducive to not Halloween big displays. Like these are like literally like 10 by 10 booths. And they're butting up against each other. It does have a second floor, however. I really wish they would just tear it down and build a better one. When they built this thing, it was a joke when they built it. But it is a convention center, so we do have one. Robbie says, that was another good show. I'm working on something 15 foot tall for homemade props. Sweet. Kat says, Reggie, just working you. Most of us crazies bring our own when we know there is a real chef. And Kat, I know that downtown has vegan options. The one place that was pure vegan, they closed down. But they closed down because of the pandemic, and then they couldn't reopen. There you go, Reginald's on point.
Thank you, Robbie. Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thank you very much. But the questions are fantastic. What are the questions y'all have? What questions do you have about Pensacola, or what the nightlife is like, or the venue, or like anything, or about the website, or what we've put on the website that you've been able to read so far?
Questions, comments.
Yeah. Suggestions. When vegan first came around, I was more confused and angry. Huh. I know that, if nothing else, there's probably some vegan M&Ms. Kidding. In the vending machine. And, I don't know what drinks from, but there are things like Red Bull and shit like that in the vending machines.
Also,
I just randomly thought.
I just made a website launch post on Home Honor Con. So if you guys could go to the Facebook page and share that post to your friends, your groups, whatever, we can now officially start getting the word out more, and that will that'll help. Oh, Leanne, I can show you the ballroom right now if you like. We've shared it a few times. It's no mystery.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, are you gonna send her the picture?
I'm just gonna put it on the stream right now. Yeah.
Right, but it's gonna. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. It's just the picture of the ballroom.
Oh my God, Discord is now ding donging all over the place. Beautiful. So the picture James getting ready to put up may already be up there,
Cornelius played this card because
this
they are an
is the
asshole.
Sanders Beach Corrine Jones Resource Center ballroom. There is nothing else like it anywhere in the area. We have several community centers and resource centers, but there is nothing like this anywhere in Pensacola's surrounding area.
I actually have two pictures of it, so I will share both of them. Hold on, let me get the first one up. This is one of the views. 1 second.
Cat said, my house had 2 vegetarians, 2 vegans, and 1 carnivore. Now we have added 1 with food allergies, dairy, gluten, soy, and tree nuts. Can I come live with you? And I'm the guy that eats everything, even burnt food. I'm the burnt food eater. And this is a True Blue ballroom. You'll notice the picture itself.
Picture is massive. Whoop.
I am actually standing at the opposite end of the ballroom. That is a fake hardwood floor. I hate it. For anybody like me that is a light freak, you'll notice there's lights out. I noticed more lights out this last swing night. We'll get that corrected. To your left is actually Pensacola Bay.
Let me get the other picture up because I have the other one as well.
Thanks, Leanne. Every time I go in this place, I say, "Oh wow," too. So now
this is from the stage, I think.
okay.
It's
now,
the wide angle shot.
Yeah. I did a panoramic on my Sanders Beach. Now, you're looking at the ballroom, but there is a lot more to this building than the ballroom. That is the panoramic. Outside the windows in your front is Pensacola Bay. Literally, you walk out the door, any of the doors of this building, and within 10 seconds, you are at Pensacola Bay. There's 2 piers. There's a huge ground space. There's a gazebo. There's a playground for kids, like a play, whatever it's called. So, and this is just the ballroom of this building. The building is there's twice as much more to the building than just the ballroom.
And this is the outside area that we were talking about as well. I'll put one of the patio areas. I guess I don't know what you call it, breezeway, the outdoor living area.
I call it a porch. Leanne, thank you so much. Thank you so much for that compliment. I'm extremely proud of this building. I'm proud of the neighborhood that it's in, which is Sanders Beach. This is it's they call it a balcony. I call it the porch because I'll sit down and to me it's just a big porch I can sit down at night. On the left hand side, once again, you see Pensacola Bay. The depth of this area is 14 feet, and it's probably about 120 feet long. And this porch goes on each side of the ballroom. So now the tables, those tables and chairs are permanent, but they are replacing those very soon because those apparently are not in good shape. I sit in them all the time. Once again, you'll notice lights out. I'm getting that. I'm gonna have the building up to par with lighting before anybody gets there. Were there speaking panels ever decided or not? Speaking panels? Oh, are you talking about like Reginald? I'm not sure. I'm kind of guessing there probably won't be because it depends on it. If we need other rooms for vendors, that will eat up the speaking area, and of course, we have to have a room for your special meals. So,
although we might be doing the make and takes if we have space outside, I guess maybe we could do one outside.
Yeah. Now the picture that James is showing now is one of 2 sides of the ballroom. Once again, this is 14 foot deep. This is, I believe, about 50. This is probably about 55 feet long. So you're looking at 14 foot deep and 55 long. The building is built, I swear to God, to withstand nuclear blasts. But from the ballroom, you have 3 of the 4 rooms of the ballroom overlook the outside, with the south facing, the longer facing Pensacola Bay. Fish and Keeps. Oh, story time with Chef Reggie. That'll work. Well, dead end. Actually, the the building is a little bit too far away from the bay, but um, if you had a baseball in your hand, you could easily throw that baseball from that balcony into Pensacola Bay. Um, there's stairs that go from each side of the building, and literally you walk in the grass, and you're there. There's actually two. Really, there's three piers, but there's two fishing type piers.
And you don't
Deep
need a
enough,
fishing license in Florida to fish for saltwater.
right?
From land. You
They're
need it for a boat,
they're
but
deep
from land.
for boat, yeah. Um, and it's deep enough for a cast net if you do cast netting. Thanks, Kat. So once again, the venue is very unique. There's some pictures of the inside. I don't know if James has them of out, not the ballroom, but the other meeting areas.
I don't have
There
any of
is a
those.
good size. You don't? Okay. Well, maybe I didn't send them to you. Maybe I didn't send them to you. There's a good sized lobby that you go through to get to this room, and then everything goes from there. There is not as much parking as we'd like to see, but we do offer street parking. There will be spots reserved for the vendors, and that will probably be the front of the building because there's a ramp. There's a ramp. There's two ramps that go into the building. They're ADA compliant. Easier to roll stuff up if you need be. But that's for those that haven't seen those pictures. That is the venue. That is the Sanders Beach Corrine Jones Resource Center in Sanders Beach. The neighborhood is called Sanders Beach, and it's because we are on the water. Once again, it's a big building. It's nowhere near Transworld or MHC size, but we think for the for a first time event, it will definitely be a talk of the town. Not just this town, but when everybody comes and goes. And then we believe that this will go out into the haunt industry as something that was much needed and very unique, as we think it will be. So I guarantee you will not be able to vend for any haunt or Halloween anything in anything like this. I wish it could be the size of Transworld. I wish I had a ballroom the size of Transworld. Then it wouldn't be a ballroom, would it? But so anyway, that is the visuals and me yapping like nonstop and blah 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 blah. So, do you need me to build 20 more foot facade? Only Vic, if you want to be outside. At that point, you're going to be outside.
Let me bring this one up again. Hold on. No, not that one. I want this one. So imagine, if you will, you have a home haunt that you want to just get the word out. You don't have anything to sell. You just want to, advertise your home haunt to people, get your name out, whatever. That little spot right there in between those four window panels, you could have a little table with all your haunt pictures and information and stuff set up. And because it's on the patio, it is much cheaper, so it's not a huge investment. Just ideas,
And there is power. There's actually power outlets outside, so you would not be without power. So yeah, so like James said, the outside is really for somebody who would like to. Basically, if they want a least expensive option with power, the power's included, trash cans are included. You get everything that you get on the inside. You just don't get air conditioning.
You get natural air conditioning.
Right. You get a fantastic breeze off the bay, and like I said, 99% of all that area does not get any sun, because the building itself is east and west. It's the sides of the building are perfect east to west. The Pensacola Bay, the ballroom, those windows are directly south, so you might get a little bit of sun on the east-west sides for a brief amount of time, but it's so like I said, and going back with what Deaden said, that the option is there. There's a shit ton of space out there, and there was no reason to not um, give it as an option. Um, Other people, I've seen other events held at that building that people do vend outside. Um, so I have actually seen it. I mean, I've actually seen. I mean, it wouldn't work for this, but the actual park itself, which is a huge park, uh, they would have vendors out there with tents, and then of course they would have like a PPD, a Pensacola police officer, paid to stay overnight and just watch everything. So uh, bathrooms outside, bathrooms inside, of course. Um, Free Wi-Fi. There's free Wi-Fi in the building that actually works. It's not like, oh my God, it's some places you go convention, you're like, oh my God, I wish the Wi-Fi worked better. This is some very robust Wi-Fi. Um, uh, so yeah. Anybody that vends outside, of course, the idea would be that we'll at night we'll get the tables back in. That's on us because the tables are an amenity from us. So once you break down, we just fold tables up, put them right inside, and then bring them back out there for you. Should anybody want to vend outside? See, don't worry about transport or anything else. Cindy Crawford didn't worry about Heidi Klum when she worked the runway. Oh yeah, we're not. Oh, trust me, we're not worried about any of the other. Trust me, they all have their place. MHC, Transworld, Fear Expo, Texas, uh, West Coast. Um, all of them have their place. All of them are very important, but there just was not a convention that was 100% specific to home hunters. Yes, MHC opens the doors. Hey, if you're a home hunter, come on in, but it's not specific. It's really MHC is a place that people can vend a bit cheaper, um, which is great, um, but nothing 100% specific to the home hunter.
And
that's what we're
I
filling out.
predict in a few years we'll be, when people think of, the annual convention circuit, I think we'll eventually get named. I mean, that's the goal. And again, this
Yeah.
convention isn't like, this isn't our undertaking. This is everyone here right now that's been a part of this. This is all, you have as much say in this as we do for the most part. Like, we're just the ones that are like, handling everything that needs to be handled. It's not a convention for us to make money off of. Any money that we have that, exceeds the cost that it's costing us to do the event this year is going to be added to an account that gets used for the following year, so that every year we can continue to grow it. But it's definitely, we're not doing it, for a profit for us. So the best thing that, we can do is make this coming year's event, as good as we possibly can. And then, if we do well enough and we're able to do it the next year, we're definitely going to do it. And hopefully every year it continues to just grow and grow and grow. And like, the home haunter is seriously the foundation of the haunt industry. Like, it's where almost everyone begins. They just end up getting so involved in their commercial haunts that you don't get the real light shined on the home haunter like it really needs. And that's what we want. We want to give that beacon for everybody that supports the haunt industry but doesn't always have that light shined on them.
Leanne, thank you. Leanne, we will definitely work on a badge. That's a good idea. Dead end, yeah. THT is closest to a home haunters. Vic says, will you let professionals vend? Well, I mean, we're letting you vend. I consider you professional. I do, I mean, because Vic, I mean, even though you had to kind of cancel it this year, you did have basically a professional haunt last year, an outdoor haunt. So, I mean, we're not looking to have. I say this cautiously. We're not looking to have like awesome folks like Distortions or Gore Galore. We obviously can't have Froggy's Fog because you can't have Fog Machine. Now, if they said, hey, we'd like to do it, are we going to say no? But it's very doubtful that they would do it knowing that the price point of what we're going for is the home haunter. And most home haunters can't afford a $5,000, $10,000, $20, $40, $60,000 prop to put out in their lawn, for some Yahoo to try and steal it. So it's extremely unlikely that any of the big vendors at any of the other places would come to this. And quite
Yeah.
honestly, like I said, it's designed to be an intimate home haunter experience.
Yeah, and I would hate to take away a spot for a large professional company that goes to every convention. I don't want to give a spot away to them that could be used for a smaller prop maker that is looking to get into it. Like, that's literally what this is for. It's not something that I definitely would say isn't a possibility, because maybe at some point, if we outgrow this place and you guys want to see more professional stuff, that's entirely up to you. But I think we're really just focusing 100% on everyone that doesn't get a chance that doesn't want to go spend $5,000 on a booth at one of the bigger shows.
Yeah.
It's just an
Vic,
affordable way to do it.
Yeah. Now, Reginald, yeah, you're totally right on that. Vic, I do give you a caveat though. If you go from a 32-foot to a 33-foot booth, then you're not allowed to attend. I'm just letting you know. So don't grow by a foot. No, I'm kidding you. Because then I don't think we would be able to fit you where. But so yeah, this is this is designed for, like, MHC is going to be great for you and Keith, and I think y'all are going to do phenomenal. But I also believe that y'all would do phenomenal in an event like this that are catered for home hauners, because there really is a market for it. I mean, look at all the people that go just gaga over Spirit Halloween, or the stuff at Walmart, or the stuff here to, and that, because that's all, one, that's all they know about, B, that's most that some people can afford. But there are people who would spend hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of dollars at Spirit Halloween that would gladly spend it with someone like you for a much better, an infinitely better product that's unique, not not stacked 20 deep on a pegboard at Spirit Halloween. You know what I mean? Or that's like freaking plastic held together with more plastic. It's so once again, and we've reiterated this and said it over and over again. There is a place for everyone. There's a place for every convention, and now there's a place that is strictly for home haunters. Not like THC that's pretty close and all that stuff, or MHC where you're so privileged that Transworld lets like everybody in. As if they don't let everybody in with Transworld. And I'm gonna have to stop. I'm gonna have to shut up about that, because it's just gonna irritate the shit out of me. But like I said, Transworld is that's the granddaddy of all of them. There's nothing else like it on the planet, and it is absolute necessity. MHC, absolute necessity. THC, Fear Expo, they all have their place, and now we're going to make a place for strictly the home haunter, and that's it. And once again, I just don't think that some of the quote unquote professional vendors would even come to this, because we're not big enough right now. The price point, they wouldn't sell anything. They would become a picture spot for everybody, kind of like a lot of people do at Transworld and MHC, quite honestly. But anyway, Reginald says, I love creating memories for people on Halloween. Of course. Dead End says, there's a town in Texas called Granbury that's doing the same thing, trying to start a Halloween convention. They canceled it last year due to COVID, but they're going to try it again. Dead End, do you know what the name of it is?
Yeah, and
Let
that's
me know.
That's another one of those things. It's the more conventions there are, it really is kind of better for people, because there are people that can't travel long distances. And if you want to vend somewhere, it's harder to travel, across. So we're also filling a spot on the East Coast that's kind of been dead. I mean, a lot of places are, obviously Midwest Haunters Convention in the Midwest. Then you have the West Coast conventions. There just aren't a super large number of conventions in general that are Halloween themed, but we're taking it to a whole different level, being that we're specifically aiming this event for the small people, the small home haunts, the people that, you are just as important as the $50,000 prop maker. Maybe you're taking something as small as a magnet and you're making it and selling it. That stuff matters. Like, it 100% matters, and it should have a spot that it can be highlighted at without costing an arm and a leg also. And you're not being overshadowed by the $50,000, $100,000 prop makers.
Yeah, because even at MHC, I mean, you'll have the folks that are selling things a couple $100, but you'll also have the bigger vendors that are selling the, $10,000. And so there's just a big mix there. This convention, the price points will be much closer together, because the idea of it will be, it's more concise. Once again, going back with MHC, you do have the gamut of A to Z, which is fine. That's perfect. Here, the gamut will be a much closer, and that's why, like I said, I just know for a fact that Pensacola and all the surrounding area, I'm actually honestly concerned about parking and the amount of people that the ballroom can hold, and I say that in a good way. I think this is going to be extremely popular here, and I think that the people that vend here are going to be pleasantly surprised with what they sell. I really, really, really do. I really, really, really do. I think pleasantly surprised. So that is all of it in a nutshell, pretty much. Well, I just completely covered the chat for no particular reason. Wasn't that the paranormal convention and they changed their name? Wait a minute.
I think he's talking about the one in Texas.
Oh, yeah. We had a paranormal convention here that changed its name. That's why I was like, what? But yeah, Dead End, if you think about it, send us a message on Haunters Anonymous or the Home Horror Convention. Now we can get there too.
Spooky Spectacle, September 24th and 25th.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
It isn't.
I'll have to look it up after.
It's a risky time of the year to try to do a convention too. And that's something that we had to really think about when we were planning it, because you do have those large conventions like Trans World and MHC, which we are doing in between those two. Because once you start getting around September, I mean, people are already working on their home haunts, and it's like they don't have time to get away to do this stuff. So, like, I mean, good for them for trying it. It's just for us particularly, like that time of the year is going to be really hard to get people, to take a small vacation to come to something like that.
Yeah. And, even, I mean, we've had folks talking about being between MHC and Trans World, and of course Fear Expo being the first one. Once again, the uniqueness of what we're doing really should not interfere. Now, folks like Vic and Keith that are going to be doing MHC, with Vic, hopefully is able to come here.
Well, Vic's showing up. Keith, we don't know.
Vic. So once again, next year will be, it'll be an experiment for all of us, but I think it'll be a really good experiment, and I think it'll be a very successful experiment, because once again, what we're really hoping is for a good majority of the vendors to be people who did not think at all they could vend anywhere because of either price point or they just couldn't travel or something, you know.
Or they were afraid to take their products to a large show because, maybe you're the first year prop maker and you don't have the confidence to throw down the money to go to MHC to sell your stuff. This gives you the spot where you're like, okay, I'm comfortable doing this. It's not a huge chunk of money to do it. And you can get some of your stuff out and you can find out what people like, what people don't like, what works with your style. It's really a good place to find that spot, as for your comfort zone.
Right. And, going back on, I can think of 3 vendors that I remember, I think, 2 or 3 vendors who just started out. They were not big. They decided to go all in on Transworld. And I don't think they're in business anymore because it was too much. I mean, it was too big of a leap. Not Transworld's fault at all. Transworld is Transworld. Had they been able to go to something like this at the price point and built themselves up, they probably would still be in business. But unfortunately, they're not. And they were very public about it, too. And they were very public about they made a mistake. But that's pretty much the spiel. I think, James, we can actually wind it down because I think we've reiterated plenty of stuff. We'll go till the quarter after, but my butt's falling asleep. I had to stand up because my butt's falling asleep. Kat said small shows are outstanding for newbies because of the immediate feedback. Incredibly valuable. Yeah, and see, at our price point, even traveling to Pensacola, staying in Pensacola should be relatively, I don't know, flying somewhere to here, I don't know how much that is, but I know that staying here is extremely inexpensive, even staying downtown. So I think the risk of somebody vending here is very, very slight. Because I really am going to, once things are solid, which are solid right now, but I'm going to start pushing this all over the damn place. And I've got friends who are going to push it. I know that the center will push it more than they push anybody else's stuff. They don't push anybody else's stuff. But because I know them and this is very unique and they're Halloween people, they'll make it a point to start letting people know. And of course I can put flyers on the front desk. Oh, look at that. Yeah, Leanne, quite a few weddings happened there and quite a few wedding receptions. The center itself, I mean, you have to book it a year in advance, which is what we've done. Although I would get a little special treatment, just because I know the gals and of course I'm a resident. Should we have had to snag it like a few months before, but yeah. So this place, and people come from not just this town. They come from all over. I mean, I've heard the stories. Some of them I've actually physically seen. I mean, like literally about a month ago, Remax, the realtor, they had a party for all their realtors in that building. And it was a gala affair. And Remax paid to have a barge pulled out into Pensacola Bay full of fireworks. Because I was at my house, and I'm like, holy shit, why are there fireworks like right down the street? And I remembered there was a Remax party, and I walked in on my front porch. And I'm like, oh, so I got a free fireworks show. But everything under the sun has been done at this building. Gulf Breeze High, which is across Pensacola Bay, which is technically the beach. Gulf Breeze High School yearly will come over here to this place and have like their proms and stuff because of the view of Pensacola Bay. So, like I said, the high school at the beach will come across here to town to have events at this center because of it's a ballroom and of the view. So, yeah. The events that I've had, the community events, people come up to me and ask me how they rent it out, and so it's been some good exposure for the building as well. I can go on for hours.
Reggie said zombie wedding anybody. And funny enough, that kind of brings up something that I wanted to discuss, sort of, is everyone does zombie walks, but I definitely think that we could have a Dolos walk. Everyone just dresses up in monster costumes and walks around.
Oh, sure. Pensacola had a few zombie walks when zombies were really, really super popular. You know, it's kind of weighing down a little bit. And a lot of people participated. There's so many things that we could do with this event over the course of a few years. You know, like I said, I guess I'm just biased because I live in Pensacola, but honestly, it was James's idea to have the event here at that building when he saw some of the pictures of some of the stuff I was doing. So, you know, 2 cheers to James for wanting to do it here. Price point was awesome. The venue itself is awesome. And once again, I'm here in town, so I know a bunch of shit. So it all worked out.
Yeah, I got to drive across the country, guys, with a U-Haul trailer full of stuff.
And family and everything else.
And people, yeah. So it's got to be a trip for me.
I can literally walk out my front door and be at this place in 5 minutes or less. and walk to it. Felicia says, we need a Krampus walk. Yeah, I'd love to orchestrate a Krampus walk.
Well, that was Dead End that said that.
I thought I said Dead End.
You said Felicia.
I'm sorry. I was looking at Felicia because sorry, Dead End said that. But you know, I don't know. Krampus is
it's late.
Old too. It is. Felicia says, I can't wait. I want to come down for a week and take them to town. Well, Felicia, do it. I mean, literally. I mean, what better way? I'm telling you. You would have, from the time you wake up to the time you go to bed, things to do here, and completely different. Like I said, our beaches, there's nothing like our beaches in the world either. You know, just pure silicon quartz. Whitest beaches in the world. Literally in the world.
Your mic is getting tired.
Well, I'm getting tired. I'm getting further away from the mic, and my ass is not only tired, but it's sweaty, and
There you go. You're sounding better now.
All right. Well, this will only last another minute, so we're good. I'm kidding.
But yeah, I think a Dolos walk is definitely going to be in the work for planned activities. It won't be huge. It'll just be probably around the area there, but we get everybody dressed up and. Oh, Reggie's an asshole.
What?
Reginald Cornelius played this card because they are an asshole.
Oh, God.
And I know there's a lot of people currently on here right now that have no idea the origins of that Streamloots card, and one day we'll explain it again.
The Chris Gaines.
Yep.
Yeah, that seems like 100 years ago when we were talking about that. James and I, real quick, before the show too, we realized that we've been doing this show for a little over 2 years. So many of y'all have stuck with us that long. Of course, a lot of y'all have been with us since 2012, and prior with the HHN Drama Group, and then of course a lot of y'all.
Yeah, this is Haunters Anonymous' 10th year, man.
Yeah.
This is the 10-year
anniversary. All you folks that have shown up are so super awesome. Hope we keep y'all for a long time. Yeah, 10 years, Jesus Christ. But 2 years doing the show. And then, of course, knowing that we used to do multiple shows a week. And then we had After Darks, which were like 5 and 6 and 7 hour long shows. We're literally you had people yawning, and then you had me just basically like, y'all, I've been in bed for 3 hours, and I'm gonna flip this switch and I'm out. It's really kind of funny, the evolution of 2 years. Um, and this is gonna sound obnoxious, but I just thought about this. Is like, yeah, Anonymous is on its 10-year anniversary, and of course we've had After Dark for as long. And then of course we've been doing the show itself, live stream for 2 years, almost nonstop. Uh oh. But now with the evolution, um, with all of y'all's help, we have now put together an actual Halloween convention
Zach
in
Black
May.
said, "Go like the
I
trio
think
of
that the
Terrapage
evolution
and
of
join their
that
group."
and the timeline is phenomenal. I would say that, God, I would say that we all should pat ourselves on the back for being able to do all this stuff in a relatively short amount of time. Reginald says, I never thought that I would have become the chef of this group, and I am so happy, though. Well, I guarantee you that James and I and everyone here are happier because it's phenomenal to have you, Reggie.
Yeah.
And it's almost 99.99999% has been completely cool, and we've had a blast. That little remainder would be some of the hiccups that we had with some folks that are now on their own realm, doing their own thing. And unfortunately, the way they proceeded with it was fairly disrespectful to James and I and all of you. And of course, anybody that's been with the show long enough, we've talked enough about those people, and we won't. It's not worth our time to do it again. But they're in their own realm. So be it. I think that our evolution here with all of you is infinitely better than anything that they have done, are doing, or will be doing, especially in the fact that we're going to be having a convention, a true blue convention here, started up from Haunters Anonymous.
And we have new streamers reaching out to us all the time now. Like there are so many Halloween themed streamers that, I mean, we completely back everyone, regardless of crap that has happened in the past. Like, it's in the past. Oh, Streamloots. Zach is now an asshole. So good job, Zach.
Zach Black played this card because they are an asshole.
And differences aside, everybody has the same goals. It's just, we had our personal issues with people, and whether or not they want to continue the personal issues is entirely up to them. I'm completely over it. Like, we have so much now going on that, like, I don't have the energy to even worry about them. But there are so many good live shows that, focus on Halloween. And we always say, listen to everybody that you can. Obviously, come to our show first when we're live, because we want you here. And that's, the main goal. But what makes us different, too, is the show isn't Mike and I. We're the ones talking, but it's the interaction with everybody that's in the chat room and talking, and the feedback that we get. Like, that's what drives every bit of this show. It's everyone here. It's not us. Yeah. If there was nobody here watching the show right now, we would be sitting here hardly saying anything. So, and then or
not being on a live stream and just talking to each other on Discord.
Literally all the time, yeah. And we were the first ones to bring Streamloots. Hold on, another Streamloot.
Reginald Cornelius wants
Maybe it was
to
a
shout
bad
out
idea.
Chris Gaines, Chris
It
Gaines,
was a bad
Chris
idea.
Gaines, Chris Gaines, Chris Gaines,
Especially when it's Chris
Hurricane,
Gaines.
Hurricane, Hurricane, stand back, there's a hurricane, Chris Gaines, Chris Gaines, Chris
Well,
Gaines,
in
Chris
general,
Gaines,
actually,
thanks, Chris Gaines.
we have to pat ourselves on the back. Oh my God. Okay, I'll shut up. Is it done yet?
It's done.
Oh shit. That's how much lag there is. I mean, we brought a lot of firsts, honestly, and that's not being obnoxious. We've brought a lot of firsts, and we've had a lot of people copy some of the stuff that we've done. Nobody's doing the Streamloots, which I think is fantastic, and they're awesome, and y'all use the hell out of them, which is awesome. But just the evolution of just everything. That's, since it is the 10-year anniversary at some point. Thanks, Zach, and y'all are definitely a Haunt fan as well. Um, but James and I, we have no ulterior motives. We've been 110% transparent. We're not self-centered. It just, and that sounds obnoxious, but we're not. And the ones that have been around long enough know we're not. And the new people are probably finding that out. So, we have no other purpose but to be here for all of you, because you have been here for all of y'all have been here for us. So, we don't try to put on airs.
We
know
will call
this, folks,
bullshit when we see bullshit, and that's one of the problems that we've had with people, is because if we think something is wrong, we're going to call you on it, and if that pisses you off, that's honestly on you. So like, you get us at face value.
And the deal is we've got the balls, like y'all have the balls, to do it outright and call them out. Where a lot of folks that think they're being all cutesy and blah 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 against us, which whatever, they don't even have the balls to call us out. But you know what? That's, like I said, that's all in the past. I believe that we've evolved like tremendously. Like I said, we're sitting here putting together a home haunter convention. I don't know. It's phenomenal. When the word really gets out, I think it's going to really super take off. Yeah, we've talked about this stuff like for ages. Having 50 vaping clowns. Yeah, that really needs to be in the vendor packet. No vaping clowns. It'd be funny, actually, just for the fun of it. We should put a little asterisk at the very bottom of everything, like way out of the way, no vaping clowns. But the biggest thing, like I said, and we say it nonstop, we wouldn't be here if it weren't for all of y'all. And there has been an evolution and a transition with the folks that come on the show. It's grown. Honestly, our engagement is probably some of the highest engagements for some of these other shows because of all of y'all. We pay attention to y'all. Y'all pay attention to us. I don't know why. But
have a good one, Dead. We're ending in about 3 minutes. It's going to be the end. You won't miss anything.
Man, thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for being here. Sleep well when you do.
It's 2.5 hour show here.
Yeah, it's all right. It's the anniversary show. Who knows what anniversary? Speaking of, though, just to reiterate, definitely there, and we'll make sure everybody knows there's no show next Wednesday or the Wednesday after that. I will go ahead and set myself up on Discord. So anybody that wants to come in and just chat. I know Zach will probably be around, but so I'll do that. But yeah, I just don't have the bandwidth to do what James does and do it correctly. It would be kind of half-ass, and I don't want to do anything half-ass. Plus, gives me kind of a rest from the show too. Plus, tonight was the big reveal anyway, so.
Yeah, we only whole ass things around here.
Yeah, there's only whole assing. If I half-ass, it's normally with my microphone and my internet or whatever, and it's always funny.
But thank you for everybody so that's old and new. 1,000 times,
absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes, especially if you stuck around the whole 2.5 hours, since we're winding it down. But yeah, oh yeah, and hopefully the community we're going to build the community with like-minded people, with like-minded aspirations and everything else. So, somewhere there, I'm sure we lost Keith and Vic, which is fine. This is longer than they're normally on anyway. It's longer than we're normally on. But we'll wind it down since we're a minute into it. Can't thank you enough. I'm going to keep mine short so that James can ramble on, since this is a big passion of his, especially getting the website up. But everybody, thank you again. Stay safe. I'm passing it on to James.
Much appreciate everyone that was here. We've had an amazing turnout for this. I cannot say thank you enough. like I said from the beginning of this, the show is for you guys, and that's what we want, all of your input, all of your everything. You know, it's a show for everybody here, and that's really all that it is. And that's what we're hoping to bring to the convention. It's going to be a convention for the people, and not, you know, it'll be a good time regardless. So thank you everyone for interacting, being here, all the support, a billion times. Thank you. Again, the post that's on the Facebook for the Home Haunter Convention, share it to as many people as you can think of, regardless of if they're, you know, involved in home haunting or not. Maybe it'll spark an interest. Who knows? We want it to be a successful venture for everybody. And seriously, thank you again, everybody. Have a good night, and we'll see you in a few weeks. So that's all for now.
Exactly, Reggie, and much love.